being South African part has tremendous value in traveling around the world. Right, we're calling Cully in Vancouver while I sit here in Belgium. How's it, Cully?
How's it, bud? How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm sitting here in the Belgium Beachfront. It's a little bit chilly, but I've got
Isn't it supposed to be summer?
Not quite yet. It's June. Summer starts in July. And
All right.
I've got my favorite beer, the Duvel, which we're going to drink shortly. And we have Innovate Antwerp. We just met with Freddy, the publisher, who showed me the whole city as well. So we're doing well in this town. And I have my new toy.
Aha! So this is it. We're ready to launch the YouTube channel and start recording your stuff.
Yep, I got all the toys. Here's the microphone, all right, with the little plush, as you suggested. I have a second one here to do interviews. And yeah, you've convinced me to do it. I've got the toys. I've got everything ready. So this, I guess, is episode 1. You just have to talk me through it and tell me what to do. You're the pro. I'm the traveler, and yeah, I'm ready.
Well, that's brilliant, dude. I mean, shit, I've been following your travels through, 112 countries now, over 500 cities. Since how long have you started? When did you start traveling properly? It was early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been traveling since the age of 7 because my parents were, running us around from Belgium to South Africa up and down for most of my life. But yeah, properly when we did that barter deal with our Get Out magazine in South Africa, Flight Centre. If you remember that travel agency, right? They took the back cover for 12 months. And they gave me an around-the-world business class and first-class ticket with 30 stops that was valid for 2 years. And that's when I left South Africa. That's 20.
I remember we saw you off at the airport and then never saw you again for like how many years? You just got stuck all over the world.
Yeah, so cool, I guess I kind of haven't stopped since, yeah. But yeah, the travel bug started early and then, we created a business around it, publishing books in different cities and countries. So, now there's no end to it, really.
Of course. I remember, I've always been following you on Facebook. You've got quite a following on Facebook with all the posts. I'm actually so glad that we're turning it into video right now because some of the experiences and some of the stories you have is just absolutely crazy, dude. It's just, it is so cool.
Yeah, well, I've got about 1,000 photographs, and I did map out every story quite diligently on Facebook, but that was just for family and friends, right? It took me a while to figure out. Well, for you to figure out and convince me now. Let's put that on film. Let's take a lot of that content and share it properly. And there's so many more cities to do so. So tell me, where do we start? What's it called?
Right. Well, I already got your YouTube channel set up. It's called Going Global with Sven. And
cool.
I've got an idea. We're going to have a couple of different types of content on there. We're going to do some shorts and we're going to try and revive some of the old stuff because, some of the stories you have from the countries that you visited are just like very interesting and amazing. So we're definitely going to do some of that. We're going to do most of the new cities. What I want you to do is when you go into a city, you need to just grab your bicycle like you always do when you take photos and just put on the camera and record your trip and talk us through it. The whole idea is that you are Sven, the world traveler, and I just want to see content from you. So I'm cool with that.
All right. As discussed, if I remember correctly, we look at travel. We're always going to talk about beer because I love to have a beer in every city, the locals. All right. A local beer is as important as the local food. You've got to try it. It's I think one of the most fun parts of traveling is trying the drinks in the local cuisine and meeting the people. Right. That's really what's fun about traveling. So You know, we're going to make sure we're going to educate everyone about the different beers around the world and make this, you know, this filming also a little bit more enjoyable for me and hopefully a little bit more enjoyable to watch.
No, of course. I mean, I've always known you for a beer lover. What was it? Didn't we published the beers of South Africa? What was that book called? And
The Beer Drinking Guide.
In the 90s.
The Beer Drinking Guide to South Africa is what we published.
Oh, yes.
And we employed a professional beer drinker at the time, and he rated those beers.
Of course. What was his name?
Was it Benny? It was a Dutch guy.
BJ Langwaarden.
Oh yeah, BJ Langwaarden. Shame. Yeah, let him rest in peace. Yeah, yeah. But if you recall, he rated Duvel as the number one beer in that book. I think we had 50 beers that we rated with pairing of food and all that. And I think Budweiser came last and Duvel came first. That was his rating, not mine. But I agree with him on the Duvel one. I don't mind Budweiser, but anyway.
Cool. And what else is the channel going to be about, bud?
Well, you know, if we break it down, travel, beer, and business, right? Those are the three. So the travel part's easy, you know, just to show the viewers, right? We publish these innovation books. It's called Innovations of the World. We have about, 50-something cities around the world now. So we'll be publishing, you know, these books, and these are the, you know, top 100 innovators, entrepreneurs, the governments. It's like a showcase, an economic love story on every city and a community of all their brightest people and their stories and AR videos. And we find partners in different countries, you know, to help us publish those. But my job is to go to the country, get it started, find those partners, teach them how to do it, go meet the mayor and do the first interviews and then come back when the book is done for the party. That's my job. Now, there are 10,000 cities in the world, so, you know, just because we've done 50 means we really have a long way to go. Not that we have to do all 10,000, but, you know, even if we did 10%,
but you're going to try your best.
If we did 10% of the world, that's 1,000 cities. And as you say, you know, maybe I've been to, probably close to 500 cities by now, but that's nothing. You know, 500 cities out of 10,000. Means I've seen 5% of the world. Means I've, you know, so just as I thought I've traveled, I haven't really. Yeah, we'll just keep trucking, and hence we can, you know, we can publish content on just about every city imaginable. So why not?
Okay, so now a quick question, Sven, and I want you to be honest. Are you publishing books so you can travel the world, or are you traveling the world to help publish the books?
No, it's a lifestyle business, you know. I mean, you know, it's you know, you know, it's not a tough job. You know, luckily it makes a bit of money, and you know, we do it well. And judging from, you know, the background of where you're sitting. Anyway, if I can take my phone and show people, but there's Cully, and in the background you see all the Innovate books. Right, let me put this back. Right, so travel, no problem, 10,000 cities, here we go. The beer part. So then in every video I get to drink a beer. A different type of beer, never the same beer. So I wanted to start with the very best beer, which is the Duvel. Right. So this is Belgian's favorite beer. Duvel means the devil. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In Flemish, the devil. And the reason it's the devil because it's 8.5%. And if you drink like 5 or 6 of these, you'll know all about it. And but it tastes amazing. Look at this. Okay, let me quickly. Amazing. Wow. So, yeah, I remember in the army, my brother and a mate of mine, Patrick, one of my naughtier mates, we decided to have a Duvel drinking competition. And there was a thing in the army at the time. And
Yeah.
so one of those random Sundays, all a bit bored. I should go for a drink. Yeah. And then next thing he pipes out, hey, let's have a Duvel drinking competition. And I remember I got to 9.5. That's my record, 9.5 Duvels. And then I think that's when I gave up. I think he got to 10. I think my brother bailed at 7. But anyway, fond
How did you
memories.
feel the next day?
Well, I didn't make it to the army. I was supposed to clock in at 8 o'clock, and I called in sick. You can't be, you can't be handling machine guns, after drinking 9.5 Duvels. So, I told them I had a doctor's note because I was literally sick. If you drink 9.5 of these, you will probably not be that well the next morning. You should limit yourself to 2, maybe 3 at best if you know what you're doing. And another interesting fact.
Nice. Now, I feel like a Duvel. I'm sitting here with a coffee. That's not cool, man.
This beer has been going since 1923 and was first actually called the Victory Ale because it was a celebration after World War One. The Moordgat family here in Belgium was a family. It's a fourth generation brewery, and they created this beer to celebrate the ending of World War One, and that was the Victory Ale. But then, as the years rolled by, they just said, let's rebrand and call it the Devil, which obviously caught on, and now that's what it is. But anyway, so we'll be talking about beer like this all over the planet, and we're starting with
the best beer in Belgium, or to be one of the best beers in Belgium, is probably a tall order, but because there's a few beers around Belgium, isn't there?
Yeah, we're not going to be able to go through that. There's 300 brewers at least, and more than 1,500 types of beer. So, I could come back to Belgium that many times and do a different post about beer, which are obviously not going to happen. But I'll pick out the top 10, over time. There's 10 beers that really stand out. And, in a few of the upcoming videos, I will bring out some other Belgian beers.
Excellent, bud. Excellent. Now, the business side of the travel, what's your plans on that? I mean, I know you meet with some of the coolest people in every city that you land in.
Yeah, so, I think one of the interesting things that we've been able to do, right, is, while the world is quite big, at the same time it's quite small and quite easy to navigate. And it's really not that hard to do business in other parts of the world. You must just get on a plane and hustle. You go out there, you go meet the people. If you've got a product that that people want and need, you go find local partners and you set up shop, and before you know it, you've got a business running. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more international your brand becomes, and whatever you're selling, doesn't matter if it's books or widgets or whatever it is, or software. You have to just get out there and be global, right? And we've learned how to do that. And at the same time, our books are about business, right? So, we interview the government to start, the economic development agencies. They tell us how to set up shop in their city or in their country. They tell us about the climate and the business climate. Then we interview the thought leaders of the city, the top entrepreneurs, the big boys. And then all the way down to the startups. So we interview all these entrepreneurs, really. So there's a wonderful database, and we get to meet all these interesting people, and I can film them as well. We haven't done that, so if I can film, say, 10 or 20 of the most interesting people that we meet in every city, you get to meet them too, and you can connect with them. Because we'll promote them, we'll put them on LinkedIn, they'll be in the book, they'll be on Innovations of the World online, and and I'll ask them, are they open for
really cool.
for conversations? So.
So I've got a different question for you, Sven. I mean, it's something that's always fascinated me. I mean, we've been friends for a very long time. What was it, 96 I met you for the first time, I think? So it's been a while.
Right.
The one thing that always freaking astonished me about you is the fact that you can get off of a plane in any city, in any country, anywhere on earth, and within, sometimes it feels like hours, you've met a few locals and you've made friends, and you've found a group and you've just like you're doing stuff. How do you do that, dude?
Yeah, well, you arrive at night and you go to the local watering hole, and you start buying people beers. Um, that's how that works.
Is that the secret?
Yes,
Is that
you,
the
you
secret
get
to
social
success?
and you go in there and you have fun, and you buy some drinks, and you explain your story and that you're new in town, and you generally bump into cool, fun people, and then also, as you travel, you get introduced to people in other cities, and there's always friends of friends. Also, what's helped a lot is being, growing up in South Africa, right? Almost every city in the world has this group of expat South Africans that live there. We may have had a tough time, with the fact that we all had to, leave South Africa looking for foreign currency and start businesses in other parts of the world. But that has led to what? There's probably 2 million South Africans living scattered all around the world, and we have this way of
Yeah.
welcoming each other and helping each other. So there's not a city I don't go to where there isn't a small crowd of South Africans that literally say, right, welcome to our city, and we're going to help you. We're going to have a beer. We're going to have a braai/barbecue, and that being South African part has tremendous value in traveling around the world, because you literally have a little bit of an open door policy wherever you go.
Oh, that's actually fascinating, but it actually reminds me when we go back to Estonia in August. I was having a braai with some friends here over the weekend, and I told them you're going to Estonia, and they're like, "Oh, we've got one of our best friends live there. We must give Sven's details to him. He will take Sven around in Estonia with open arms."
Exactly. You don't even know these people, but you land there and you're like old mates, and it's the South African way. So it's a big win, that part.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Okay, so this is it. We're going to start this channel now. We're going to start doing this now. A lot of these conversations. What time is it now there where you are? In Belgium.
It is 9 p.m.
Sure.
Gets dark at around
12
10.
p.m. in Vancouver. So we're kind of literally almost on opposite sides of the world, really, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, you do live at the edge of the world, right? The world's not round; it's flat, as far as I'm concerned. And New Zealand's on the one side and Vancouver on the other.
Right, top left corner.
Yeah. So okay. So that's it. Going global with Sven, but always with a beer in hand. So going global with Sven in a pub, or in a park, or on the beach, or in a mountain, or in a sauna. But as long we have a local beer in a relaxed setting. I don't want this to be too serious. Beer. And have some fun doing it, right? And I'm going to talk about some fun facts of different places. You'll get my opinion on it. This is not an AI robot. It's we'll give you the facts, but then I'll tell you, the raw truth behind it, at least what I think about it. If it's great, if it's shit, I'll just share my opinions.
It's an honest channel. Well, that's the important thing, dude. You need to keep it like that. You need to be honest about it. Not AI generated crap. We're not doing this whole like showcasing. This is just you. That's what we want to see. That's what everybody loves and what everybody wants to see, I think.
Well, I'll start with my first opinion then. Belgium, the weather's cuck. Although this is a particularly sunny day, but it's literally summer and it's freezing, and but the beer is great. So there you go. There's one positive and one negative. But we'll be posting more about Belgium soon, since I'm here for another week or so. And let's get it going.
Yeah, but you're in Knokke, right? Which is like a holiday town at the moment.
No, it's like I guess they call it like the Malibu or Saint-Tropez of Belgium, right? It's on the border of Holland, right next to this nature reserve. If I can show you, there's the nature reserve over there, and at the end of that nature reserve is Holland. But yeah, it's nice for 2 months in the summer when the sun actually comes out, or at least the temperatures are above 23 degrees. Yeah, nice. We get spoilt in South Africa with the lifestyle, So I struggle a little bit in the
Of
cold.
course, man. I was thinking about it the other day. I mean, Belgium is probably very much the same as Vancouver over here. It's midsummer and it's freezing. We've got the heat on, you know. Well, not midsummer, but it's the same kind of weather.
Well, I
It's
think
just
Vancouver's probably worse, but anyway.
we were so spoiled in South Africa with the sunshine and the heat and the warm summers and the actual warm winters. When I was chatting to my mom the other day, I think it's warmer in South Africa in winter than it is, during the day than it is here in Vancouver on some days. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, the
It is.
all right, bud. Well, cheers. I know it's morning for you, so you can't have a beer with me. I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so you technically could, but at least that's the way I'm going to take it. I'm not going to let time zones tell me when I can, especially if I'm in a town and we have to try a new beer and there's a video has to be made. I don't really have a choice. We have to open a beer. So
Well, it's work, right?
exactly,
You have to do it.
yeah, I do it for you, and I do it for for the viewers. So
There you go,
my
mate.
commitment.
All right.
All right,
Cool, man. Enjoy.
cheers.
Let me get back to work.
All right.
Cheers.
Think about. Bye.